Welcome to War Thunder with Subdued. Sit back and enjoy the ride on the F-100. Well, there you have it. The F-100 Super Saber, also known as the Hun. If you don't know why it's called the Hun, it's the F-100. I know that some people may think that's kind of crazy, but that's exactly why they call it the Hun. And that was only a nickname. The official name was Super Saber. Super Saber was the first of the Century series. You had the F-100, the F-101 Voodoo, the F-102 Delta Dart. The F-103 never got off the drawing board. Well, they tried to make a mock-up of it. The F-104 Starfighter, the F-105 Thunder Chief, the F-106 Delta Dagger, the F-107 and F-109 never got much beyond their planning stages and trials. Both of those were canceled, and that was basically the end of the Century series. After that, the numbers reverted, and the next ones along were like the F5 Tiger Shark, and so on. Now, the F-100. Would I like to see it in game? You betcha. Do I think it would be a good plane to have in game? Yup. In a particular manner. I don't think that this plane should be put into the game with air-to-air missiles. I think it should be loaded up with bombs and rockets, because that's exactly what it was used for in Vietnam. The plane had a pretty good weapons capability. It could carry a lot of ordnance, and it could deliver that ordnance quite well. Now, those of you that are looking at air-to-air missiles, great. I mean, they will come eventually, but think of it like this. We don't even have radar in the game, so that leaves an entire class of missiles out of the game. Now, there is radar on the AAA tanks, those that have radar. So there is a possibility we could get Shrikes. Again, that probably won't happen because the Shrike is a fire and forget missile. Do we want to see heat seekers? Probably not. The reason is you'll have some guy skulking along at 200 feet, and he'll just pick you out in the sky, launch a missile, and say bye-bye. Granted, missiles aren't supposed to be that accurate, but you also have to think about missile warning systems. They don't have them currently in game because they got no missiles. We have no radar. We have nothing associated with modern aircraft except speed. And we can do that in job lots. Schnozeltop has made his Lightning up to date for 1.77. So if you really want to see something, go look at Schnozeltop's BAE or BAC Lightning. I took that out the other day, and that thing boogies. That thing seriously boogies. And it crossed the Bourg-sur-Mer map in no time flat, corner to corner. there's a plane that just begs to be let loose on a large map. But the Saber's a good plane. It's about 850 miles an hour, which is supersonic. This model does not do 850 miles an hour. I'm not sure about the thermals, so I'm going to leave that alone. It looks pretty good to me. You should be cruising at about 75-80% throttle if you're cruising, and it appeared to cruise properly. It was cruising about 550-600 miles an hour. But when you went to afterburner to get up to full speed, about 750 was about the tops that I could get out of the plane. Beautiful plane though. The model pulls to the right like it's got a damaged right wing. I don't know whether that's intentional on the model maker's part or not. It might just be a faux pas. I'm sure he will address it. I'm sure more than one person has given him feedback on it. The model appears to be a C variant of the F-100, and the reason I say that is because of the size of the rudder and vertical stabilizer, or horizontal stabilizer. The A model had a smaller rudder and stabilizer and experienced severe problems when it would start rolls at high speed. The plane would go out of control and they lost people with it. So they figured out that they needed to create a larger rudder. Job complete. The elevators are all moving tail, which is great because they supposedly provide excellent authority when the plane pitches. This plane needs to pitch a little better. But other than that, I think this is an absolutely fantastic model. Just don't try to land it. Landing with this thing is one trick pony that not many people can pull off. You got to come in a little bit fast. You have no brake chute, which the F-100 did have. And the brakes need a little bit more authority. Other than that, I like the plane. It's beautiful. It handles well, other than the pulls to the right. And it's an awesome little deal. Will we ever see it in game? I hope so. But the only people that can answer that are Gaijin. And hopefully they will answer that. Plane to go alongside of it, MiG-19. MiG-19 is roughly the same age. The British, I have no idea what to give them. The Lightning is not an option. It is way too fast. I would suggest maybe the Scimitar. Scimitar is capable of about 715, 730 miles an hour. So it would be not as fast, but still fast enough, and it was a good bomb truck at the same time. So a good fighter bomber. And there are others that need consideration. The French probably with a Mirage, not a Mirage, no, not a Mirage at all. Maybe a Mystère 4. Mystère 4 would probably be a good plane. but that still leaves Germany, um, Italy, and Japan with pretty much nothing to match. I'm sure we can figure something out. There are a lot more people involved in the community than just me. So, the F-100. Do I want it in game? Yes. Do I want it with missiles? No. Do I want it with bombs? Yes. Do I want it with rockets? Yes. Do I want the rocket pods to be fixed so that they work better? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But that's pretty much it. The F-100 Super Saber, the Hun. Enjoy that name, the Hun. This Subdude signing out. Y'all have a pleasant day, a better tomorrow, and we will catch you in the skies. See ya!